Let's start. Tell me about what's her face. Can we speak off camera first? You need to run me through what you're going to ask. That's cool. That's cool. All right. So, roughly, can you tell me what you remember and when it was and where? From a young age, from about probably 5 or 6, I had a boy bully me. Naughty Norton. I can't remember much about it other than the physical side. I remember being strangled and teachers just watching. And when you go and ask for help, no one saw anything. The second time, I remember the physical and the verbal. I remember having kickbacks all over me and having nobody to bother to do anything. Yeah, I remember being told I wasn't good enough and that I will never have any friends and no one will ever like me. And what are you doing at the moment? I work full time. Yeah, I wasn't always stable. I didn't have a good job. I was quite ill at one point with my mental health, which looking back now, you're stronger. And now it didn't really help that but it has improved me because I know how to deal with things better. And do you know where they are, what they're doing? No idea. I saw the girl the other day on the bus with her mum. Honestly, I felt like headbutting her, but I didn't. I learned to forgive and not forget. Sorry, it's just a really cool shot of you, Hans. Sorry about was right zoomed up. I'm starting to think, what would you say to yourself now that back then you wouldn't have said to yourself? I would say, don't put up with it. Don't just let I know. And to be honest, a little fighting back would have probably helped me a lot. Probably standing for something would have made me feel more like there was something to live for. If you don't stand up for yourself, then nobody will. You expect people to stand up for you if you even can't. Um, yeah, exactly. But it's all good now. You're happy. You've got a job. You've got a nice boyfriend. Yeah, I go to the gym. Yeah, go to the gym. I don't even go to the gym. Well, I'm meant to be going to the gym. When do you go to the gym? Monday. When's your next time going to the gym? Monday. Yeah, that's cool. The light is so bright. Stand back a bit. I tried to smoke into the camera, but the wind's in the way and it didn't really work. But yeah, if you could say something to yourself 10 years ago that you wouldn't say now, what would it be? Break that motherfucker's legs. No, probably be more honest with my family and ask for help instead of keeping it all to myself. That would probably work better. Admitting I can deal with it on my own, that I can't deal with it on my own, that at the time I was strong enough to deal with it, I wasn't strong enough to deal with it, and yeah. So tell me what happened. When I was maybe 8 years old, maybe a little bit older than that, 9, some friends at my school, yeah, well, friends, said it would be funny that my head is the shape of a lemon. So they started calling me Lemonhead, and the name stuck for about 2 years. It wasn't really a massive deal, but when you're 10, it's the end of the world. Exactly, because looking back on it now, it's kind of irrelevant. What would you have said to yourself then now as, fucking hell, probably that it's not the end of the world and people get bored, and as soon as you stop reacting to it, people get bored, yeah. And what do you do now? Um, how do you mean? What do you do? I'm at uni. What successes have you achieved? I played hockey for South East England. Oh yeah, boy, I got into Central St Martin's. Yeah, that's probably it really. What do you know that they're doing? One of them is in prison and the other one dropped out of school and the other one is joining the army. Yeah, so. Your ex, my ex. So I was with him for about a year. It was never quite official, but it was quite casual and it was all a bit confusing and it was super manipulative and it was a really toxic relationship. Really, and he was older. How much older? He was 37 and I was 20 at the time. How did you meet? Through work? And I didn't know how old he was at first. He did not tell you, and he was addicted to drugs, and it ended up being really manipulative and passive aggressive. If I tried to do my own thing or have any kind of life for myself, if I wasn't with him, he would complain that I wasn't spending enough time with him. Did you live with him? Oh, no, no. He wanted me to be with him all the time, and if I did anything other than sit in his room with him, he would just make me feel horrible for leaving or doing anything else. I felt trapped. It wasn't doing anything, I just felt like I was completely trapped. It fucked up my life, it fucked up my year. I felt it was just kind of, I stopped going back to work, I stopped going to uni, I stopped doing anything because I was so messed up from being in a toxic relationship. And what would you say to yourself then? Well, the whole time I was with him, I knew it was wrong. I didn't want to be there. I hurt myself, and it was just a self-destructive behaviour. Yeah, which spiraled because I was so unhappy, so I did it more to give myself a reason for me being unhappy. My friends told me not to do it, and I lost so many friends because of it. My life is so much better now, though. I'm just so happy that I'm not there. And he moved, and I've just been so motivated to do what I wanted to do.